We're here in Austin at South by Southwest with Imaginary Cities from Manitoba, Canada.
That's right.
Correct.
They're here. They just released a new record last February 22nd.
That's right.
Your new album, I can't remember the title, so...
Temporary Resident.
Temporary Resident. Any meaning behind that?
It's the name of one of our songs.
It sounds awesome.
It does. It sounds like you're moving on to something else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sounds nice. You guys met... were you playing separate shows and you met at a bar somewhere?
I was playing shows at this one bar in Winnipeg, and I was playing in a soul cover band. He was doing sound there. He still does sometimes, and I still play there sometimes. Oh no, he bartends.
Yeah, now I moved up to bartender.
Yeah.
Pays better.
It does. And yeah, that's how we met. And then he wrote a Motown song that he wanted me to sing on. That was the first thing we ever did together.
That's cool. And did you guys, was it easy to kind of go into, were you in bands and stuff before that, or were you more doing the technical stuff?
I've played in a lot of bands from Winnipeg. I still play with the Weaker Thans and a band called The Waking Eyes.
Did you hear that, Miles? The Weaker Thans.
Miles.
A friend of yours?
Actually, we started a series on our website called Waxing Nostalgic, where we have artists talk about bands that got them into music, and the Weaker Thans, Fallow, was the album that he chose, and it was the first one that we ever ran. So
right on.
Oh, that's really cool.
So he's a big fan of you guys.
Cool.
And that's now totally, I don't remember what he was talking about. Do you take, I know a lot of bands from Canada and in their bios and stuff, it's always like vast expanses and in the prairies.
Oh yeah.
And all this stuff. Is it easy to kind of draw from that when you're writing music, as far as leaving, like, not as much putting stuff in, but kind of leaving stuff out and leaving areas for people's mind to kind of fill in the blanks?
You mean as far as using, well, you know what, I think a lot of bands, no matter where you're from, you use your surroundings as some sort of inspiration to start from for a song, and everyone talks about where they're from, and, you know, their cities. Like, I have my city on my arm, you know. But as far as leaving it out of a song, you mean? Like,
leaving, like, in an album like yours, there's a lot of, I mean, there's stuff constantly going on, but there's also, beneath the surface, there's kind of always something just kind of bubbling underneath it. And I think a lot of bands, especially from Canada, like I mentioned Rollover bands before, do kind of use that openness in a way that a lot of bands, like a Midwest band, maybe would, I mean, it's a mile a minute sometimes, you know, there's nothing left with the exception of Wilco, of course.
Yeah, I love
it. You mean it doesn't leave anything to the
I'm saying, like, it's a more open kind of, allows the listener to kind of fall into it as opposed to just being bludgeoned with
It's not
sound.
super literal.
Right.
Yeah, it allows your mind to kind of think about it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of Canadian bands, for some reason, I don't know if it's being up in the cold for...
It's true, I never thought of it that way. A lot of bands talk about the prairies, like Neil Young.
Yeah.
And the Weaker Thans. But I don't write those songs.
Oh. You guys, there's a lot of guy-girl bands, especially right now. It seems like it's exploded for some reason. It's like
true.
Matt and Kim and everything like that. Do you guys find it easier to work in that dynamic as opposed to working with, say, an all-female group or an all-male group? Is there something that goes a little bit easier than
I've
maybe
always
all
played
that testosterone in one room?
Yeah, I've always played in all-guy bands.
I don't have anything to compare it to.
You've always
been in a
well,
band
I've
with a
always
girl.
been. Always. Since I was born.
Can't get out of it.
I've actually, the other band was all guys as well. So that's all I know.
I enjoy touring with female. It's true. It's good. 4 guys or 5 guys in a van across Canada. It gets pretty dark by the end of the tour. You go to some places you never want your mom to hear about.
It's funny, I
can't elaborate on it.
I thought that they had gone as far as they could possibly go, but he tells me that if I was a boy, that it would probably go for... No, I'm not talking... Come on! I mean, in terms of the language.
It's nice. We all swear less. Maybe not.
No, I don't think so.
No, I enjoyed being in a band with Marty.
I like being in a band with all guys. I feel like I have a lot of brothers.
My only regret is that during our show, I can't actually listen to pleasure of hearing her sing and watching her play.
That's like the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
So you guys met at one of her shows. Were you a fan already?
Oh yeah, that's why I wrote this Motown song for her to sing on, because I wanted to have her sing all of my songs, and it turned out great. And then she had a demo of a song that we re-demoed and worked on together, and just the chemistry was great, and it turned out perfect for us.
Yeah.
And we kept writing. A year later, we had an album done.
And how long did you guys work on the record? Because you guys, from the sound of your bio, and that's a lot of
We did it kind of backwards for most bands.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bus. We missed the bus. Most bands write songs together and tour and play shows and get tight and then go record. Marty and I, we'd go into our little makeshift studio and work on a song every couple of weeks. And we were just doing it for fun. Just go in and try to make a song, record it, and then it took about a year. And then after we had a finished record, we put a band together for a live show. Now we have a wonderful group of guys to travel with. It's awesome.
Do you guys write the songs independently of one another, or do you write them together?
Pretty much wrote them all together.
Yeah, like we both can think of different parts of the song separately, but we've become something different when we get together.
And another tangent that I'm going to go on. Yesterday I slammed Jack Johnson in one of our interviews, and I also slammed Nelly. And today I put up a public apology via Twitter. And I used, because I was listening to your songs at the time, so I used one of your songs to explain how sorry I was. And it was...
Was it like sad music in the background?
I can't remember the title of it, but it was, at the end of it, it was saying, I'm sorry.
Don't want to make you cry?
Something like that. And it was a really fitting song for what I was trying to say. And
awesome.
So you guys have, Nelly and Jack Johnson are probably listening to your song wondering who I am, and probably then
and where can they get this record?
Right, and then going to buy your record. So if you get an email from Jack Johnson or Nelly,
I'm pretty sure Nelly's going to be.
You're welcome. Nelly, well, he's not doing anything else right now, so he's just got a lot of time to do music. You guys are playing here at the Cedar Door,
That's right.
which is where we are. What time are you playing?
3:55.
3:55. So we probably need to wrap this up pretty quick. Do you have any other shows coming up? While we're here?
This is the last South by Southwest thing we're doing, but then we're touring across Canada mostly, and some American shows with the Pixies.
Right, you guys are opening for the Pixies, who picked you to open up for them, which is
exciting.
Pretty awesome.
Crazy.
That's obviously you guys are fans of them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So that's really, when I read that, I was really impressed.
We're pretty thrilled.
Yeah.
I can't believe that we actually got the opening song for the Pixies.
And you're interviewing with us in front of a Massey's Waste Management with
green poo.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here so you guys can go do your
speaking
of the
Pixies,
thing on
the
stage.
band's covering the Pixies right now.
Oh.
Unless that's the Pixies.
Unless Frank Black is here playing.
I'd love to meet him.
Yeah, I don't think he is. So thanks you guys so much.
Yeah,
Imaginary Cities, Temporary Resident is the album. You can pick it up from their website probably, I would assume.
Yep.
And maybe on iTunes and on Amazon and all.
Yeah, it's on iTunes.
It's on iTunes Canada.
Oh, right.
I don't know if it's on iTunes for US.
Oh, we'll lobby.
It will be soon.
We'll get a petition out there to get it on US.
And it'll be out in Germany next month. So.
And you can pick it up at their shows, which you'll probably go to when they come to Chicago.
That's right.
Which I'm told is very soon.
Pretty soon, like next month. Or no, are we
We're not in Chicago. We're playing Detroit and Milwaukee.
And it's only 70 miles.
St. Paul.
Right.
Yeah, that's too far.
Yeah, it's a little far. It's basically Winnipeg.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Great stuff from what I've heard, anyway.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.